so yeah, now in this screen, I like to add more sound for the when the snake eats the apple, and also like when the snake basically when the snake hits the wall, we need this kind of sounds to like warn us. So let's try. This is too long. Okay, so it's a bit long for this SFX. Let's try to find shorter ones. Coins maybe. I don't know. Eating an apple is like eating a coin. No, this is a bit too much. No, this sounds like eating an apple. I can't. I quite like this. So this will be the apple sound, and then we can put it right here. All right. So we also want to do another sound for like hitting the wall. So let's try find another one. Vehicles or maybe UI. UI does have sound of the tuang kind of sounds. Wait, no, this is not SFX. It's a bit long. UI. Yeah, let's go to UI. It sounds okay actually. Dong. I like this one. Heat wall. Okay, so we have a heat wall MP3. Heat. Let's put it here. So we have the heat wall sound and the eat apple sound. So we're gonna do it is we need to play a certain sound. So we go to our scripts, game manager. So yeah, we will need to play some sounds whenever we go to the whenever we have the like we can do it in we can do it in the I would say add score because add score you know that you have add apple add sound for apple. So the issue is where should we put this sounds? Okay, it could also be in the game manager. Okay, I guess we could put it in the music here, and we could have like multiple musics, or we could just put it in the game manager directly because there's only two sounds. So Apple sound and heat sound. Okay, so all we just need to do is just put Apple sound dot play. Hang on for a while. Let's see. Okay, then when you hit the wall and lose, we will need to also play a sound. Okay, so that sound when we hit the wall and lose, or hit the body and lose. Okay, okay, let's go to our head script. So in our head script, we will lose whenever we hit a rotten. We will load game over. So in this load game over, we can play a sound. Yeah. So how about this? Since we only have two sounds in this game, we will attach one sound to the game manager. Actually, that's not a good practice. Yeah, the yeah, it's not a good practice because in general we want to make the sounds all in like the same place. So another way to do it is we have another object here that we store all the sounds. Okay, and then we will then call this. We have a script in this game object, and then once we want to play certain sounds, we ask this game object to play the sound. Okay, so let's try to do that. Okay, so instead of having audio source, okay, we just call it sound manager. Okay, okay, so in the sound manager, let's create a sound manager object. We call this sound manager. Okay, under this sound manager, we're gonna put all the sounds. Okay, so over here we have the hit wall sound, we have the apple sound. All this will be audio source. All this will be inside the sound manager itself. Okay, so the sound manager will have children called eat wall and eat apple. Okay, but actually it doesn't really matter because we're gonna add a script over here. So let's see, sound manager. Okay, so in general, we want to have this sound manager here. Okay, and then at the start, we find object of type sound manager. Okay, so this will settle. So whenever we want to play a certain sound, we just need to call sound manager dot play something. Okay, so in this case, we will play zero. So let's open sound manager, the script. Okay, so in sound manager, we have a public list audio source. Okay, so this is called audios. Okay, then we don't need all this. Public void play. Okay, what did I call it? Play. Yeah, we call it play. So sound num. Then we can go to audios, sound num dot play. Yeah, we can just do this. So we play a particular sound. Okay, before that, we just need to check if sound num is greater equals to audios dot length. Okay, then we will break or just return. Yeah, because we cannot play when the number is more than whatever number of sounds we have here. Okay, so this is the audio source file. Okay, let's see here. Clear. This audio source does not contain a definition for length. Or length is for array, so I think it's count for strings. Let's just double check. For my game manager, I use count, so it's not length, it's count. Okay, so let's see again. This okay, so in my sound manager, I track the sound manager script inside here. Okay, there's supposed to be some audio file. So here, play and awake, I stop. I don't do play and awake. So I eat apple and eat wall. So maybe my eat apple should go first. So over here, I locked my sound manager screen. Okay, and then I just copy these two tracks and go to audios like that. Yeah, let's just check my Twitch. Okay, yeah, it's working. So this is how I do it for my sound manager. Okay, I will ask the various places to play that sound. So let's just try to see whether it works. Okay, so it works. The tsk sound is there. And now what I want to do is I want to put the hit wall sound. I want to put the hit wall sound whenever I die. So when I die, that is in the head. So load game over. I think I shouldn't be doing the load game over. I should let the game manager do it because I already have a game manager. So this one already reference game manager. So what I can do is I can put here, we can put, okay, we can let game manager control this. Okay, so we go back to game manager. This is to load the game over. So, okay, rather than just load the game over, later I will have an option menu where we will probably ask them to, do you want to try again? You scored how much? Do you want to try again? Yeah, so we could do that. But first, when we do the load game over, we have to sound, besides playing sound for hitting wall or body. So sound manager play one. Yeah. So regard wall body or rotten apple. So regardless of what is the trigger, my head will link this to game manager dot game over. Yeah. And the game manager would control the sound. And maybe over here we will have a pop-up window to ask user whether they want to retry. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe for this game I don't even have a loading page. This can be the loading page already. It's inaccessible. Okay, I need to make it public. If not, they cannot access a method here. Scene manager does not exist in this context. So I need to use Unity engine dot scene manager management. On in the head, I can take it out because I'm not using this here. So we let the game manager settle it. I mean, it's the game manager after all. Yeah. So this is how we do it. Okay, I'm not able to hear it because we loaded the scene straight away. So as in when we died, the new scene got loaded straight away. Okay, so I mean, in order to make sure that I can hear it, let's just try to start a coroutine here. Load next scene. Okay, so actually a coroutine is just to do it asynchronously. So load next scene. Okay, you return new, wait for seconds. Let's just wait for maybe 3 seconds before we reload again, and then we load the next scene here. Yeah, so this is a trick you can use I enumerable to string void, I guess. Invalid token. I enumerable load next scene. Okay, you return new. Wait 4 seconds. Three. Okay, how about this? If I do this, is it okay? Cannot convert from I enumerable to string. Okay, let's search. So start coroutine, and then we have an I enumerable, I enumerator. I write wrongly. I enumerator, not I enumerable. Not I enumerable. I enumerator. So now it should wait for 2 to 3 seconds before it like resets the scene. Okay, so I like the snake to stop moving when it's dead. So that's something that we need to do. So this is the apple. I mean, yeah. Now it hits its own tail. I want it to. Okay, I want it to not. Uh, Okay, then over here, stop all the head and body. Okay, so how do we do this? We do have this thing called update speed, right? So over here, we need to basically do the same thing. So we could have something called public void uh, stop speed. Okay, and we do the same thing here. And over here, we set the speed to be 0, and that will like effectively stop everything. And then we can call stop speed here because it will be quite weird if you die and then like you still move, right? So we call stop speed here. This will stop the movement of the head and the body. So let's try that again. Looks good. Not sure whether the sound is good. I feel like finding another sound for the apple. Yeah, it looks cool actually. Okay, I think it's good already. Uh, so next thing is I would like to have the game store the high score. So let's have only one high score. Okay, I mean in the future I would like to do a global high score table where like if you beat your own high score, you can actually upload it to the maybe I'll create a Firebase and then you can upload there and then you can see how well you fare against other people. Meanwhile, I'll just have a global high score that you can see whether how well you fare compared to yourself. I think the eat apple sound. Let's see. Do I want to change it? Yeah, because the sound sounds a little weird. Maybe I like a drum kind of sound. Power up maybe. It's too long. Too long. It's a bit. Okay, that's a bit too much. Combat. Electronic maybe. Nice. Not this kind of sound. Sci-fi. Yeah, maybe another UI sound would be good. I can just use the UI for the. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, actually that was okay. That one. All right, this can be my Apple sound. Music, eat apple. Let's delete the original one. Let's call this eat apple. Then we can just update this game audio source with. Wait a minute, I locked it. Yeah, so let's update this one with Apple. All right, let's just try it to see how it works. How does it feel? Still feels a bit weird. Yeah, I think the Apple sound wasn't that great. Maybe I could just change the pitch to maybe 0.5 and that would work already. I don't know. That might lower the. I think it's fine, I guess. Okay, now I kind of prefer the original one. I might have deleted it. Yeah, I've deleted it already. Uh, what did I use just now? I think it was alerts. Mm, coins, yeah, it was coins. It was coins. Yeah. Guess I'll go back to coins 12. I think this is still better. So after one round, we have gone back to the same choice again. Okay, so this one will be called Eat Apple. And let's go back to here. We put back the audio clip Eat Apple. All right, let's try it. Let's try this again. Feels okay. The feel is alright for this. Okay, so now I want to do in my canvas. Let's go to the canvas. Okay, now it looks a little ugly, but later I'll fix it. Okay, so this one will be the score. Okay, and then here will be the high score. So this one we anchor to the right. Okay, and we can also shift the position here. So this score, okay, the text will be high score. Okay, and then over here we'll have the score, and this one we can rename it high score. Okay, so in our game manager, let's program it. We should take in a text, high score text. Okay, so let's save this first. In our game manager, we should see the high score text appear as an option, and then we can drag in this thing here as our high score text. Okay, so just like in the start when we did our score, okay, we will need to update the score of the high score table itself. So where did I update my score? Here, this dot score, display score. It's under display score. So Okay, so at the start, so we do have a high score here, and this high score will be from here. Okay, so at the start itself, get high score from player prefs. So there's a way to actually save stuff to like a cache, either in a browser or on a flow phone. It's called player prefs, and you can see in player prefs Unity, you have multiple things you can use. You can get in or set in. So I like to get in right now. So over here we can get uh, the thing associated with score, and then the default value will be 0. Okay. So over here we can do the same thing. Player prefs dot get in high score equals to player prefs dot get in high score. If there's no high score, it'll be 0. Okay. So it means that at the end of the game, okay, because when we display score, we also display the high score. At the end of the game, we want to make sure that we set the high score if any. So over here, when we load game over, update high score if needed. Actually, don't need if needed, just update high score. If score greater than high score, and high score equals to score. Okay, and then player prefs set in high score will be equals to high score. Yeah, we save this in the cache. So what was my variable for high score again? It's high score with a space. So I should do like that. Yeah. So this is how we set the high score. And let's see whether this works. So it means that if I don't clear my player press, my high score will always be the same high score until I do something. Okay, so you can see that the high score is not exactly being updated right now. Okay, let's just okay, now the high score is updated. I guess it's fine. It's because once we do the apples that time, we don't update this. We only update the score once the snake dies. Yeah, and it will only update the high score once, which is at the start here. When we get the when we do the start method, we get the high score. So it's okay if we don't update the high score during the game itself. I think that's fine. Yeah, one thing I don't really like is the text actually. It looks kind of ugly. So if let's say I do here, yeah, maybe a space would be in order, like a new line would be in order for both of them. So maybe in my display score, that's why it's good to have modular functions. You can just change whatever is in that module if anything goes wrong. So in our display score, maybe I can just put a slash n here. This will make it appear on a new line. Yeah, kind of like this approach right now. The color scheme though, still not very nice. Yeah, maybe we don't use whites. Yeah, let's go to dafont.com and try to get a better looking font for the left and the right side. Yeah, because this font is not exactly maybe an LCD would do, since this is like kind of a retro game. I do like this. This is only free for personal use. Oh, this looks good actually. This looks like like a snake because of the little circles. Let's download this fake receipt.zip. Okay, and then I'll put this into our fonts folder fonts. Okay, and then over here in the fake receipt, the TTF file, um, you can drag it out and put it inside Unity itself like this. Double click on the TTF file, you can install your font. Ah, nice. Okay, so now in our score and our high score, we can use this text and then we can use the new thing called fake receipt. Yeah. And over here, we should allow for, I don't know, is it too big? Mean size, maybe I toggle it down a bit. Yeah, probably what we'll do is we'll have some boundaries here. Where we don't go all the way to the edge. Yeah, this looks better. Over here, we do the same thing. We do a little bit of boundaries so that the text doesn't appear all the way at the edge. And then over here, we can change the font to fake receipt. Okay. Yeah, looks better now. Maybe a double enter. Hmm, will a double enter look good? No, I still prefer a single enter, so we can still keep the formatting like that. All right. Uh, Maybe over here the image itself can use the red background. That's a bit too striking. Maybe this would do. Let's give it this tabular background. This background here also can be a background. So now I really think that I should have used prefabs for this too. Let's see. Yeah, this looks good already. So maybe score, I can give it like maybe a different color. Uh, since the theme is dark blue, maybe I can give it a purple color. Uh, Purple color maybe like this light pink. A bit on the brighter side. Yeah, a bit on the lighter side like that. A bit of transparency. 200 maybe. Yeah. Okay, because if I do until like that, my text can be white color. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so now for the high score, I guess the high score can be in black, but then the background will just need to be very bright for this background. Maybe orange color because it's high score, like something like that, a bit lighter. Let's just see the how it looks like. Oh, wow. Okay, not too bad. Three. Yeah, let's try the beat 14 and see that the high score is updated. Six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Why does it look like the sound has increased in pitch? does look like the sound has increased in pitch, right? The chick sound has increased a bit. Yeah, it started to be chick and it became chick. So maybe I just put back the pitch to be one. So let's just dive first to see what happens. Okay, looks okay, looks okay, sounds okay actually. Yeah, I think it's fine already. Yeah, I'm just thinking now whether when I do my up down left right, like tung 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 tung. Yeah, maybe you should have a sound for moving the snake up down left right, like when we do a certain direction. Yeah, let's try to find a nice sound for that. Yeah, for the snake moving up down left right. Nope, nope. I need maybe bells, maybe alerts. You can try the bell sound. I need something like toot toot toot, that kind of sound. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Uh, just a sudden, uh, a very short toot sound will work great for turning. Oh, actually, that's okay. Let's go with this. So this will be turn sound. So let's put the turn sound into our music folder. We put the turn sound here. Oh gosh, what's going? Okay. Turn sound. I put it here. Okay, and then we're gonna put the turn sound right inside here. Play on awake takeout. We're gonna put it inside the sound manager. Over here, we're gonna increase the sound manager by one and put turn sound as the third sound. Okay, or it's actually sound number two. And where do we call the turn sound? We go to our game manager, and whenever we do an action, we call the turn sound. So where are my actions? My actions are actually not really here. They are in the head actually. So I guess when we add a waypoint, whenever we add a waypoint, it's a turn. Okay, because we call the add waypoint function here. Okay, so in our add waypoint, we can add the sound as well. So where's my add waypoint function? Add waypoint. Ah, there we go. Here we don't need this already. Play sound for waypoint for turning. So over here we have the sound manager dot play two, because that's the sound for turning. Okay, so this way of doing things will be helpful if you have a lot of sounds, especially if you are making an RPG game. Then using this kind of sound manager technique will be definitely better than doing it piecemeal. It's a bit loud. I like to make the turn sound like very very soft. Like it should be not really visible because like or audible because the focus is not on the turn. I think now it's fine. You can hear a bit of the tongue sound, but it's not very audible, so it doesn't affect too much of the user experience. You know what? Actually, I think it's better to not have any sound for the turning. It kind of feels better without the sound just now. Yeah, it sounds better also without that turning sound. With the turning sound, it sounds a bit weird. Yeah, I think this will be better. Uh, Again, the flow better without the turning sound. Okay, now for the title of the game. So I would like to in the canvas add a title. Okay, but the canvas, the problem is that it will go over everything. Yeah, so it's best if the title appeared. Maybe there's a way to set the sort order. So that's possible. Let's just add one empty object. Okay, maybe not an empty object in the canvas. We just add a UI text. Okay, and then we anchor it to the top. Maybe we spread it out at the top like that. Uh, we extend it a bit. Okay, maybe we call this snake lights. It's a pun because you need to use light. All right, so snake light. Click receipt. Best fit. I want it to be huge actually. This one. Yeah, max size can go up to like 200. Yeah. Let's see how it looks. Like, yeah. The only issue is that this is the title text. Only issue is that it kind of blocks the snake. So I want this to go below the snake. And in order to do that, we need to set the order of rendering. Yeah, in fact, we might even need another canvas just to do this. Let's just try. Because if it appears over the snake, it's going to cause problems. And it will cause issues with the playing of the game. One way to do it is to make this title text a separate canvas. Okay, let's attempt to do that now. Okay, we create a new canvas. Or actually, I can just drag this title text out. Oh, okay. Where's my title text now? Can't really see it. Okay, let's see what happens if I drag it out. Okay, it's no longer showing anything. So it needs a canvas. So let's have a canvas here. So in that canvas, uh, we will do a screen based overlay sort order. Maybe the sort order will be very, very low, maybe -1. I don't know whether -1 is acceptable. 0, okay. So since this is 0, okay, the this canvas sort order 0. I don't know if I put it as layer as defaults. Can I go below the because UI layer is always higher priority? Can I go below the sorting layer for everything else? So my head is at layer 1. Okay. My canvas is at layer 0. My head is at layer 1 in defaults. So over here, the sorting layer would be green space camera, order in layer 0. Yeah, let's try this. I put this as using the camera. Okay, if order layer 0, it appears below the background. Okay, because background was 0. So this one, the order in layer should be 1. It will appear above the background. But I want it to appear below the head. Oh, it's already below the head. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like it's already good enough if I do this. Okay, so this title text, I feel it's a little too jarring. Okay, maybe I make the max size 100 instead of 200, and I need to change the color probably. Actually, like that, I don't even need to set the canvas. Yeah, actually, why not make the title be smaller like that? I can actually even put the stick light back in the original canvas because it doesn't affect the game at all. Kind of like it like that, so I can put it back in the original canvas here. Because the title text so small, I don't need this new canvas. So this means that when I, yeah, oh, okay, uh, where's my title text now? Okay, my pause should be 0. So just create another text. Okay, I'm not sure why that didn't show up, but it's okay. Let's just delete this one. Okay, snip lights. This one we call it big receipt, best fit, max size 100. Okay, and this one will be white color. Okay, kind of like the UI design the best. Like, find that a good game needs to have a good UI design and the sounds as well. Okay, so let's see how this fits into the original game. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I like it. There's a very classy kind of feel to it. I mean, even the borders also look kind of classy, although they are like actually buttons expanded, but no one really knows. Very nice. Yeah, just want to see at what angle do I die from the wall. Okay, so over here, if I go all the way here, yeah, I think that's fine actually. I was thinking of maybe I should give maybe the player a little bit of leeway for the walls. Like, okay, basically what I mean is that instead of having the box collider being so fat, uh, let's have the box collider give a bit of leeway, like maybe 0.1, 0.05 maybe. I don't know, let's zoom in and see. Yeah, so we give a bit of leeway, so like 0.05 for the top collider, apply all. So my bottom collider should also have 0.05. Left collider, my X, I make it 0.05 or so. I give a bit of room for, and I apply all. And when I zoom in, you can see that we have a bit of room for the player to maneuver. Same thing for the right collider. Yeah. So instead of like dying straight away when you touch it, there's some room for maneuvering before you die. So you see, now it doesn't collide so fast. Uh, Still a bit hard though. Still a bit hard to maneuver this. Yeah, but I guess it helps a little bit. You can like raise the wall. Is it? Yeah, yeah. So I guess one thing that we need to do now is to maybe tell the player how to move the snake up, down, left, right should be shown somewhere. Since this is going to be the only thing in the game, and like perhaps we could have a screen at the center here, like space bar to start or something. Then the snake will move. Yeah. So maybe instead of like starting straight away, we could have like space bar to start. Then people will know that you need to press space bar to start this game. Yeah. So when you die, then over here you scored what? Space bar. Actually, I don't need to say you scored what. People can see for themselves how much they score over here. Yeah, so maybe you can put space bar to start again. Yeah. These kind of minimalistic games are my favorite. I like this kind of slick design. Okay, let's try to beat my high score and call it a day. High score is 15, so maybe let's aim for 20. Yeah, this apple is like in the way. All right. Okay, let me just trap myself in my own tail. All right. Okay, so I think that's it for now. We'll add in the like press space bar to begin kind of thing another day, probably tomorrow. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream and see you around.